So if you watch my main channel, you would know that I've gotten a new truck, and I have a lot of plans for this thing, like a lift, a roof rack, which we're actually gonna do today. Now, roof rack can't hold a lot of weight. I think the one I'm installing right now, just the OEM one, can hold about 100 pounds. But the reason I want it is because between the roof rack, where it mounts right here and over here on the side, you can put a light bar. And if you remember from my old truck, I had a 50-inch light bar that would light up the entire road in front of me, almost like it was daylight. Now I can't put a 50-inch between the roof rack on this one, but I'm gonna save that for a new video. This video is just the roof rack installation. Let's get started. Now, if I were to have Toyota install this roof rack themselves, this is the OEM roof rack, it would cost me like $100, a little bit over $100, and I don't think it's gonna be that hard. So I don't really want to pay them that extra money when I can just do it myself. Okay, so inside the box we have these brackets right here, and there is an LH and an RH. And so we have the left-hand side and the right-hand side. And those are going to be mounted with these pink bolts right here. We'll talk about the blue bolts in a second, and then we have these light blue bolts as well. They're all kind of color-coded with Loctite. And we have some washers, and then another large bolt. So I've seen a couple of YouTube videos where people take like screwdrivers and stuff and try to get rid of this molding right here, because this is where the roof rack bolts into. There's some pre-drilled holes, so it's not super hard. But I don't think a screwdriver is really necessary. You don't have to worry about scratching your truck. It just kind of pulls up all by itself. There is some tape down here at the bottom. That looks like it's coming up well enough. Remember, this truck's only about a couple weeks old, so the tape really hasn't had a whole lot of time to sit there and adhere to the truck yet. And the back weather stripping comes off easy enough as well. It's got a little bit of adhesive on it, but it looks like that'll peel right off. So installing the rack itself, I have the left-hand one right here, and there is the screw holes underneath this rubberish tape. Now I've seen some conflicting reports on YouTube whether you should remove this or not. I'm going to leave it intact and just poke little holes where the bolts need to go. But I'm leaving this rubber tape thing as kind of like a seal. So it can compress a little bit as I'm tightening down the bolts, and it can act as kind of a large washer, even though these washers are included. So now we have all of the washers down, and we have this metal bracket in place. So this yellow piece is going to go in this hole right here, and this black piece is going to snap into this circle here. So I should be able to get it in place. So the way these roof rack works is there's a little latch right here at the top. Then the whole thing can swing around and clip into the other side on the other part. So I'm going to take the dark blue, which is actually a T20 bit, and I'm going to put it in the two little screws that go into the metal bracket bolted into the front. And then the longer screws, there's 3 of them, they're going to go inside of these metal circle holes all the way through the back. And then we're done with the left side. The last little bit is there is a little bit of adhesive underneath this back part. I'll remove that adhesive protection and then tuck it down inside of the weather stripping and push it in place. The driver's side is in place and the passenger side is now in place. The only thing different with the passenger side is that there's one more bolt that goes onto the swing arm. And so how it works is that that will unsnap on that end, this will unsnap on this end, and then the swing arms will just go into the opposite holes from where they're at. And you can put, skis up here, or in my case, an LED light bar between these two front plastic mounts. And there it is installed in my truck. Took about 30-45 minutes, saving about $100. Kind of worth it in my opinion. Now I can get that LED light bar attached between the two, or put some skis up there. It's nice to have a usable rack on top of your truck. Trucks are meant to be useful. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. Don't forget to like this video if it helped you, and subscribe. Hope to see you around.